We're back!
Hooray!
Yay!
Alright.
We're finally back. We've been trying to do this for months, but after we recorded the last session we did, you got insanely busy, my life got insanely busy. We just had
crazy.
We had no time to film these. But
alright, but we're back.
We're finally back. We're gonna try to keep it a steady schedule. No promises, but we'll do what we can.
No promises.
But for now, we start off with the second to last one of honestly, a movie I woke up way too early to see this morning. Superman Brainiac Attacks. This is just really as dull as it gets as far as like these movies go.
Yeah. We had a great time talking about other movies while watching this movie.
Like towards the last huge battle scene, we were not paying a lick of attention. We were just shooting the shit and talking about our things.
Obviously, since you're here, you watch the film reviews. We can't normally stay on topic during the review of the movie. In this one, we couldn't stay on topic during the movie.
It's so dull. It's so like everything you've seen before. It's like this is just such an obvious cheap cash cow. But not as bizarre as like Mystery of Batwoman was, so at least it's kind of interesting that way.
The voices. Oh my gosh, the voices.
The voices in the movie are just, I guess like even the original stars of the show just could not give a shit about this one, because they have the Gorilla Grodd playing Lex Luthor, which was fucking bizarre for me.
That was great. I loved it the whole way through. He's given the least Lex Luthor-y lines I've ever seen.
I am so happy. No, wait. I'm sad.
I know, and for me it's like, and I'm such a big fan of, who played, what's the name of the actor who played Lex Luthor in this show?
I'm honestly so bad at names.
So am I, but I usually go with voice actor names. That one I'm blanking on, but anywho, I'm such a huge fan of that Lex Luthor and how he portrayed in the show and like in the Justice League series and all that stuff. To hear him done so badly here with so many like this isn't Superman the series Lex Luthor. This is fucking Three Stooges Lex Luthor,
right?
In the beginning when Superman's fighting Brainiac and Superman freezes him with his ice breath, Lex Luthor goes, "Oh, brain freeze, burp derp." It's like, ugh.
Brain freeze.
Lex Luthor's comic relief as you've never seen him before.
It's painful to watch.
It's great.
The only part that kind of made me chuckle was at the very end when he goes like, "Mercy, call all my attorneys." But it's like, he's doing that with insanely wide eyes and smiling. It's kind of creepy. So
these random mustached men in suits, and you're just like, I don't know, those look like mob guys.
I know, it's like
we've had no reference to them earlier in this or anywhere else in the series.
Either that, or we just totally spaced out during it, which is entirely possible.
Yeah, I guess that is.
Because like they looked like they came out from Batman the animated series.
Right?
So honestly, I think just Two-Face came into town one day and happened to stop by Lex Luthor's place.
Yes.
That's honestly what I believe. I don't know. Like, the story is pretty straightforward. Brainiac comes in. He wants to take over the world. Superman breaks his original body. So he teams up with Lex Luthor to make a new giant body, which somehow looks very inefficient compared to the old one.
This won't be the last time we deal with this story arc. There's at least 2 more times where Lex Luthor's going to rebuild Brainiac across these animated films.
Like I know there's what other ones is there?
There's another Brainiac movie.
Well, I know that one's way down the line. I don't know if Lex Luthor's involved in that one, but
I'm certain that at least one more time we're going to see Lex Luthor and Brainiac.
probably. I know it happens in Justice League Unlimited, but I don't think we're covering that series. But
all right,
I'd rather watch Justice League Unlimited.
I may be thinking of Justice League Unlimited.
I'd rather be watching Justice League Unlimited. That show is great compared to this shit.
Well, you know, we're working through the old stuff to get to the modern gems.
We're almost there. We only have one more after this, and we're finally on Superman Doomsday.
Yes.
And there's one like, yes, we can finally get started movies we actually want to see.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
We're almost there. That being said, I still think Batman vs. Dracula was kind of a gem in its own right. Hey, you recommended it at the time we saw it.
It's true. No, I really enjoyed that Batman series. I mean, it's not Batman the Animated Series. That's its own thing. I don't know that anything will ever challenge it. But, oh man, as much as I enjoyed that cartoon, that movie was painful.
I liked it. And notice we're talking about an entirely different movie. We did not want to talk about Brainiac Attacks.
So,
There's just nothing to fucking say about it.
It doesn't stand out about things. I mean, the most noteworthy details of it is the underside, slow, practically non-existent romance between Jimmy Olsen and the food critic, who's got a far more impressive figure than most food critics I've ever known.
It has literally one line in the movie.
Yes.
And she sounds like that one squeaky voice woman from Scrubs. The one that Dr. Cox says never to talk again.
Aww.
Do you remember that one?
I do,
like
yes.
when there was Minnie or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Seriously, one line the entire movie. That entire subplot. And meanwhile, I don't know, I'm noticing this now as I get older, but notice how just insanely short all the women's skirts are. The point where it's like, every time they look, they're sitting at a desk, it looks like they're posing for a calendar or like an upskirt video.
It's a problem of the industry, you know. This is what they think that women are supposed to be wearing.
I mean, were you a fan of the Superman series growing up?
No.
No, that wasn't one of yours?
I'm not gonna lie. My father is a big Superman fan. I never got into him. He has too many powers.
Yeah.
Like, anytime where it's like, oh my god, Superman can't beat this thing, I'm like, well, there goes the planet.
Well, that was Justice League's formula for years. It was like, just knock Superman out of the first round. That'll show us what the bad guy is.
Exactly. If you redshirt Superman, oh man.
Well, I think that was a joke I saw, in how to probably beat the Justice League. According to the Justice League TV show, Superman, just do anything. He'll go out the first punch.
Oh, it's true.
But I remember watching the show a little bit growing up. I was more of a Batman guy myself, but I don't remember much of the TV show. I remember there was one episode involving a giant monkey that was like a space monkey that got irradiated with something, so it kept growing. And I remember the finale with Lobo. That actually wasn't bad.
Anything with Lobo is fantastic. I am a fan of the main man.
If you want to talk about a product of the 90s, it's
yes.
Lobo. 100% Lobo is a product of the 90s.
I don't know if Lobo's a product of the 90s or proof the 80s won't die.
But,
you know.
That's right, probably much more 80s, but either way, still. That's really all I remember from the TV show. I've always been a fan of the way that Justice League and Justice League Unlimited handled Superman a lot more than what Superman TV show did. It was always too much of a goody two-shoe.
Has there ever been animation of Lobo at a Kiss concert?
There should be.
There really should be.
if there isn't, there should be.
Lobo just shows up and he's like, I don't know if they're mocking me or not. Kiss looks out at Lobo and is like, I don't know if he's mocking us or not.
I don't know, Lobo's been in some weird ass shit before.
He has.
There was one comic book series where he was working for a church that was led by a giant dolphin that he then murdered.
Oh man. So, Young Justice, another excellent cartoon. Season 2 just got put up on Netflix.
Yeah.
And
I'm actually not a big fan of Young Justice.
You didn't enjoy it? Alright.
I have my issues with it. That's on topic for another time.
Yeah, I enjoy it greatly. I want, Netflix keeps adopting series to bring back from the grave.
It's not going to happen.
I want it to happen.
I
really want it to happen. It would be so good.
It's not going to happen. I'm just going to tell you right now, no, it's not going to happen. I wish it would, because then they can bring Spectacular Spider-Man back, but that's not going to happen. It's going to dash us right now.
They already brought back Ultimate Spider-Man. Netflix made another season of it.
I know! Fuck!
So they can bring it back, you know. It could happen.
So, Brainiac Attacks.
See, now I get him on topic.
Don't get me told oldest Spider-Man. Fuck that show. Fuck everything that has to do with that show. I watched one episode and got mad and left. So the whole thing with this is like Lois gets sick because I guess Brainiac's new powers, he has like a gamma radiation beam.
Yeah, it's like blood alloy poisoning.
Which I guess makes Lois sick. Okay, sure, whatever. So Superman has to go to the Phantom Zone because he can just do that.
Well, going to the Phantom Zone isn't hard. It's getting back.
Which they never explain how he does. He just pops back out as soon as he gets a little magical cure that he finds, which works through hand absorption, apparently.
It's great because the first time they show him come back, it turns out that it's all an illusion. He's still in the Phantom Zone. And I'm like, thank you! That makes sense! And then the next time he comes out, they just do the exact same. It's like, oh, a portal opens and he comes out. And it's like, well, that's how it happened last time. Is he really back? Well, yeah, he's back. Okay.
Well, yeah. It's just such a bare bones Superman story. Like, there's really nothing to chew on. It's the... I don't know. Like, it's like Tom Wells is like the only one I recognize who's back here. That and Lois Lane is back.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just like the voice acting's weird. The script is weird. It's just dull and boring. I don't think we paid attention for half of it. Honestly,
I think we paid attention for half of it, but not much more.
No, then you check back. It's like, okay, I wasn't listening to whatever they were saying. I'm gonna guess this was happening, and we were right every single time.
It's true. It's true. Like, yeah, okay, let's go with it. I swear we spent like 10 minutes chatting during a fight scene. I look back and I'm like, oh,
they're still fighting.
They're still fighting, and they're both still fully intact. So I guess nothing important happened.
No,
just a lot of property damage.
It's just there's nothing here. Lois gets better. Brainiac gets defeated. Lex does his usual Lex thing with Gorilla Grodd's voice, and that's it.
You know.
And then we get the more promising movie I want to see get teased at the very end, where it turns out Gilbert Gottfried is back, and he's on the loose. I'd much rather be watching that than this.
Yes.
And even then, like, none of these characters feel like they're written like these characters. Like, Brainiac feels massively out of character.
Nice try, son of Krypton. But I am now equipped to go one better.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor is not Lex Luthor at all.
No.
We took a swab off your shiny little dome, and guess what turned up? Your IQ!
I hold to my theory that I stated at the beginning. I think that Mxyzptlk,
Yeah.
it has just like Nair. He's used Nair on Gorilla Grodd, and so all the fur's gone, and he's like, okay, you know, I'm gonna go be Lex Luthor now.
That'd be great.
It's amazing that it's working, and somewhere else, like, Lex Luthor is stuck in a cage marked Grodd, and he's like, why?
Played by Michael Rosenbaum. If you don't get the joke, it's a Smallville reference. In case you're wondering who the hell Michael Rosenbaum is, he played a great Lex Luthor. If you give him credit,
he
that
really
show
did. Like that, he was the best part about that show.
I mean, that show was such a soap opera, but it was a totally guilty pleasure for me.
Honestly, any Superman show that gets that many seasons doesn't have many other options.
Honestly enough, it got better with the second, like, last few seasons it had.
I didn't watch the last season, but I watched the rest of it, and it had its ups and downs.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah.
We're talking about anything else except Brainiac Attacks. We clearly have nothing to talk about here.
But we want to give you guys a video, so here's a video. Yeah.
This is kind of like, this is the obligatory one. We just got to knock this one out of the way. This is on my list. It's like, okay, if we're going to commit to one of them, we have to do all of them. That includes this shitty
So we did this
DVD
one. Well, and this one isn't like that bad. Because when they're really bad, we have stuff to talk about.
This one's just dull. It's boring.
Exactly. It's bland.
It's as bland a superhero season as you can get. I mean, and it doesn't even have any of the good voice acting the TV show had to really back it up. I mean, even then you had that fucking guy from Clockwork Orange as Metallo.
Again, I didn't watch the TV show, so I'll take your word for it.
He was also in Heroes. He played the guy, like the main villain in the first season.
Oh.
The guy that can heal stuff back. Not Sylar. The guy with the beard.
Right. I don't remember him, but okay.
Okay, fair enough. But he
The
was
man
also,
with a beard. That's
I
all right.
well, I'm trying to find stuff to talk about
No,
here. There's really nothing here, guys. I mean, like, I'm sure you weren't expecting much else from a movie called Brainiac Attacks, but there it is. We saw it. Bleh. It exists. It's a thing.
The Lex 9000. I thought was a great riff on the HAL 9000.
Wait, was it actually called the Lex 9000?
It was called the Lex 9000.
I thought you made that as a joke.
No, throughout the movie there's this orbital satellite that then becomes Brainiac's body, designed to take out meteors and not Superman. The one time Lex Luthor makes something that's not to destroy Superman, and it's called the Lex 9000.
Of course it is.
And it's got the worst targeting system ever.
And they had the opportunity, and they never say the phrase, "I'm sorry, Lex, you know I can't let you do that."
It's true, that would have been amazing.
And they had the opportunity to do it too. Damn it, now I'm kind of mad.
Although, actually, I think that it may not have had the worst targeting system ever. It may have the best. But honestly, when you're trying to hit something that's moving around and you're shooting from space, good luck.
Yeah, this is the second movie we've seen where somebody's tried this, and it's failed both times.
Right? Like, it's...
I know, we should probably wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Because like I said,
Alright.
this is Malcolm McDowell, that's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
That he played Metallo in the TV show.
Nice.
Yeah, so like I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I like Malcolm McDowell.
Anyways, the next one will be better.
Yeah, we'll have more to talk about the next one, because the next one is Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo.
Yes.
So we have that one ready to go right after this one. So, yeah, thank y'all for watching. Sorry this is the most exciting video we have here, but we have good stuff coming from here on out. So stay tuned.
Thank you for contributing.
Yep.
Supporting Patreon.
Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you should support us on Patreon, because we release more episodes there first.
Exactly.
Before we get on YouTube.
Go do that.
Yeah, so go do those things.
Your contributions get us things like me making Michael look like an ass.
And if you do that, I'll make him watch Music Meister. So,
exactly. We're still working on getting close enough to make me watch that horrible, horrible piece of junk.
we hit a bit of a speed bump not too long ago because one of our biggest contributors dropped out, which
Okay.
honestly was my ex, so it's kind of more of a matter of time.
Well, that's all right.
But yeah, we'll get you there, buddy. We'll get you there.
No worries. We'll find you a new sugar mama.
Let's not get too personal in this video here.
All right, then. Thanks for contributing.
Thank you guys. See you all in the next one. Bye.